Om. 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 Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamaya Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Okay, so happy New Year to all of you, and I hope you had a nice start to the year, nice, peaceful, relaxing one. We're entering the new year with the beautiful emotion of Bhakti. So let us now, last time we met, we did verses 25 to 27. We'll recap them a little bit. A lot of you are not here for that. And then we'll move forward. Okay? So we're entering new chapter. We completed chapter 1 of Narada Bhakti Sutra. We're now on chapter 2, section 1. So on my book, it's page 62. Sutra 25. Satu karma jnana yogebhyaha api adhikatara. So what is this bhakti and why are we studying this devotion, right? Here it says sa. Sa means that supreme devotion to, indeed, karma jnana yogebhyaha means then the path of yoga, which is Raja Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga, Jnana Yoga, the yoga of knowledge, Karma Yoga is the path of action. Then all these three, even then all these three, it is adhikatara, it is greater. It is greater even than all these three. Why is bhakti said to be greater? We all have studied in Advaita Vedanta that knowledge is the main purpose or main, let's say, method, the main method to liberation, right? Because ignorance is of our true nature. The problem is ignorance. Therefore, the solution is knowledge, and knowledge is the direct means to liberation. So therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita and many of our Upanishads, knowledge is praised, it's exalted. But why here in Bhakti Shastra is Bhakti placed at such an exalted place? Let's look at each one. Karma Yoga, right? To perform Karma Yoga, we saw last time that we have to have so many things. We have to have, number one, an able body to serve. We can't just, not anybody can serve. Somebody who has an able body, somebody who has some kind of talent, some kind of ability, somebody who has resources, some money, some resources because maybe they have to pay for transportation or they have to pay for accommodation. So one who is in the path of Karma Yoga, there's so many things that are required before somebody actually goes and serves. It's not that easy. And even to serve in one's home, to, even doing our duties for the purpose of the higher, that is also Karma Yoga. But we also need to be healthy. When we're sick, we can't really serve. So Karma Yoga requires all of these things. And then what to talk of Jnana Yoga? Jnana Yoga, we know, requires sadhana chatushtaya. It requires viveka, vairagya, samadhi shatka sampatti, mumukshutvam. So many qualifications are there to come to the field of knowledge. Not everybody will come. And then what to talk about? Raja Yoga. Raja Yoga has the yamas and niyamas. So one has to be practicing such a chaste life of ahimsa, non-violence, satyam, truthfulness, brahmacharya, moderation, aparigraha, non-hoarding, asteya, non-stealing. One has to really practice these yamas and niyamas and then go into asanas and pranayama, etc., and really focus their mind. So we see with all of these three yogas, there's lots of qualifications required, lots, to come into the yoga. But when we come to Bhakti Yoga, why do we say it's supreme? It's supreme in that all it requires is that surrender to God. That's all. That surrender, that love, that chanting the name of Bhagavan. And even somebody who's not well, somebody who's ill, somebody like Surdashji, who was blind, was a supreme devotee. So even he didn't have a healthy body. So even people who don't have healthy body, even people who don't have resources, they don't have money, they don't have a place to stay, they don't have food to eat. People who don't know how to read, who are not literate, who cannot read the Vedanta Shastra or see what this means or see what that means. People who don't know about pranayama and asana, those people can still come to the path of bhakti. There's still a home for them in the path of bhakti. And we also saw that even a child, what does a child know? A child is so young. So, to tell all the children that you are Brahman and sit quietly and close your eyes, and to tell the children that you have to do this and wash the dishes and get up, the child's not going to understand at the age of 2 or 3. But what will the child understand? The name of Rama, the name of Krishna, the name of Devi. So in that way, bhakti is seen as adhikatara. It is seen as something that's supreme or superior in this regard. So Gurudev says, here, everybody can follow the path. Even the most unprepared among us can straight away take up the pursuit of the path of devotion and apply ourselves to the best of our ability. Now, devotion doesn't only mean to a form of Bhagavan or Bhagavati. Devotion also means, like, let us say there is a Mahatma there, and I don't know anything, but I am drawn to this Mahatma. I'm drawn to this person. I don't know anything. I'm not doing any service. I'm not doing any concentration, but I'm just drawn and I just want to serve this Mahatma. That's also devotion. That was the condition of Giri, the disciple of Adi Shankaracharya ji, right? He came to Adi Shankaracharya ji. No, his family wasn't there. He had no livelihood. He had nothing. And all he wanted to do was serve Adi Shankaracharya. And in and through everything he would serve Shankaracharya ji. And his devotion grew so much that Adi Shankaracharya ji himself bestowed knowledge on him. And he became Totakacharya. So like this, devotion opens avenues for so many people. Also, we saw that devotion has a superiority. It has a superiority because devotion provides a layer of protection. What do we mean? You see, when we engage in karma yoga, a selfless service, selfless action, what tends to happen? The ego crops up, right? It crops up that, hey, I've done so many things. I've accomplished so many things. I feel good about myself. People are appreciating me. And we even look down upon other people that I've done so much. What has this person done? What has that person done? They're not nothing like me. So even if, as much as we don't want to think like this, As much as we want to avoid having these kinds of thoughts, they come. They come because we're lacking that devotion. When we are so devoted to Bhagavan, that thought doesn't even come because we know it's God only working. I have nothing to do with it. So even that thought that I'm so great, that doesn't come. Same way in Raja Yoga, again, there's that ego that crops in because as one becomes more and more established in their practice, they gain siddhis. They gain these siddhis, they gain these powers to be able to do things, to be able to, foresee things. And or sometimes it's these very gross kind of siddhis, like they can levitate or they can be underwater for a long time. And people become so proud about it. And they feel that it's their own self-effort and mastery. And they discard completely the grace of God. And so when one discards that completely and the ego crops up, the only way is down. When the ego crops up, ego comes, we will go for sure. The ego will be broken. Because any time that we feel we are good at something, wait, Bhagavan will come and send someone better than us. And then we will realize that everything is really His grace. And even in the path of knowledge, Jnana Yoga, here a lot of pride can come. A lot of pride can come. A lot of feeling that I am Brahman. Now, so what? Why do I have to do all of these things? Why do I have to go to all of these classes and answer to all of these people? I am Brahman and I am great, and nobody else knows that they're Brahman. Oh, this feeling can come. And so all of these Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga, Jnana Yoga, without Bhakti, we're unprotected. We're unprotected because the ego can crop up anytime. So its superiority is that it provides a layer of protection. And we truly understand that everything is the grace of God. Even whatever little effort that we feel we put in, even that alone is the grace of God. Because isn't that because we worship the higher? Because we worship the higher, all of that is able to flow through us, to come through us. And it's only because of that. This a bhakta has. Right? Now, what else? Why is bhakti so great? Why is bhakti so incredibly great? Sutra 26, Phala Rupatvat. Phala Rupatvat means it is of the nature of final result. What do you mean it's the nature of final result? Where does karma yoga culminate in? If we are doing true karma yoga in our homes, in our offices, in our places around us, within our families, what does it culminate in? It culminates in seeing everything as God. Ashtamurti Brid Deva Pujanam. That is what is stated in Upadesha Sara. So Karma Yoga culminates in seeing every single being as that divine alone. It culminates in love. I see everybody as myself. This is very often what we miss. When a person goes straight to Jnana Yoga, they miss a very important kind of upasana. Upasana means a contemplative practice. This contemplative practice of Virat. Virat means seeing that truth in everybody or seeing everybody as me. This is there in our Upanishads. Agnir Murdha said that for that supreme being, heaven is the head. And Agnir Murdha, and then the eyes are the sun and the moon, Chakshushi, Surya, and Chandra. And then Dishashrotre, all the directions are the ears. Vagravritascha Veda, the Vedas are the speech, right? The earth is the feet. So in this way, this divine being has everything in it. It has the heavens, it has the earth, it has all beings, it has the air, it has fire, it has water. And that supreme being is the divinity. So when we truly engage in Karma Yoga, we see this. We see that everything is indeed God, and we're able to rise above our likes and dislikes. But without the practice of true Karma Yoga and even this Upasana, that everything is really God's body, God's hair, God's eyes, God's nose, God's mouth, God's different arms. Everybody is God's arm or God's feet or God's voice. Without this kind of practice, we will not reach the fulfillment of Karma Yoga. What will happen is we will do Karma Yoga, we will still have a lot of likes and dislikes. That I feel that I want to do this and only this, and I don't want to do that. We will feel that nobody's recognizing me or nobody's acknowledging me. We will feel like we want to succeed. We have a drive for success. In the beginning stages, this is not bad. But a true karma yogi doesn't even have a drive for success. A true karma yogi has just a drive for acceptance. Let me just accept whatever happened, right? Because at the end of the day, everything is God's plan. So it'll just work out the way it needs to work out. The same way, the fulfillment of Raja Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga. What is the fulfillment of that? It's love. How is it so? How is Raja Yoga tied into love? See, Raja Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga is a path of self-improvement. It's a path of self-improvement. It's a path by which we master our senses and master our mind through yogic practices, through pranayama, through dharana, dhyana, samadhi. What happens when we master ourselves? What happens when we discipline ourselves very well? We can give so much more to others. The true sign of love, how do you show somebody you love them? We improve ourselves. Because when we improve ourselves, we can love more, we can give more, we can care more, we can be more alert, and we can be more aware of the other being. So the culmination of Raja Yoga is not somebody who's so austere and able to, master everything. It's that they use all of that tapas, the bala, the strength of their tapasya to serve. They conserve to serve. If they don't, then what is the point of it? We see in the life of Swami Tapovan Maharaj. Oh, he was the highest tapasvi, very, very strict in his austerity. And because of his strictness in austerity, he was a living embodiment of the Upanishads. Anybody who came to him, he was able to deeply teach them, not only by the scriptures, but by his very life itself. So much so that, Swami Tapovan Maharaj didn't like to give sannyas. This, didn't like that. And he didn't like those people who posed to be sannyasis. There were many who posed to be sannyasis. He didn't like them at all. But he did not criticize them in their face. When they came to him and he could sense that they were, fake sannyasis or just trying to get something out of him, he lifted himself to a level so high that those very sannyasis looked at him and said, oh my God, what did I do? How can I even live this way? Swami Tapovan is a true sannyasi. And if he's living like that, how can I live like this? This was just by his presence. He didn't need to tell anybody anything. Because when we see someone so great around us, But just look, if they're living like that, how can I live like this? This is what happens with that great austerity. Then with knowledge, how do I know that I have knowledge? Very often, we've been in satsangs for so long, Vedanta classes, listening that we are Brahman. How do we know that we know we are Brahman? Knowledge culminates in love. The person who has realized the truth has the ability to love and accommodate all. They have the ability to see that truth in all. That only comes with a realized being, nobody else. And what does their love mean? Their love means true concern for the other's welfare. Not that what am I going to get out of this person and what can this person give to me? But really, what can I give to this person? I've received so much through this knowledge, because one who has knowledge is full, completely full. I've received so much through this knowledge. Now what can I give? And so, in and through all of these yogas, we see that the fruit is bhakti, it's devotion. And this phala rupa is called para bhakti. It's supreme bhakti, wherein we see that divinity in all, we have the ability to love all, and by our mere presence, people are raised to such a high level of love. That is bhakti, greatness of bhakti. Why else is bhakti so great? Sutra 27. Ishwarasya api abhimana dveshitvat. Ishwarasya api means even for Bhagavan, abhimana dveshitvat. Bhagavan doesn't like abhimana. Abhimana means egoism. Dveshitvat doesn't like egoism. Dainya priyatvat cha. Bhagavan loves the love for meekness. Here I told you the story last time of Yudhishthira and Arjuna. So I hope you remember that story of pride from Yudhishthira and Arjuna. Bhagavan, whenever our ego crops up, whenever it gets high, Bhagavan comes and finds a way to break it. There was this one painter. Now I might have told you this story, but it's a very nice one. One sculptor. The sculptor was there and was sculpting all kinds of statues. And so one time, he got the news that Yamaraj, the god of death, was going to come. So he was quite afraid. He said, now the god of death is going to come. What do I do? So what he did was, he made all sculptures like him. So same face, same size. He was very, very talented. So he said, I'm going to make 10, 20 sculptures that look just like me. So when Yamaraj, the god of death, comes, he won't know who I am. I'm such a great sculptor anyway, and I can pose, I can hold my pose. So he did that. He made like 10, 20 sculptures. Now Yamaraj came. Now this person has to die. So Yamaraj came and said, now how will I find out who this person is? So he said, I know the weakness of man. What is the weakness of man? Yamaraj said out loud, these sculptures are so beautiful. I wonder who made them. And what happened? He couldn't keep quiet. He said, I made them. I created them. And Yamaraj said, now you come with me and you come unto death. This is what happens with pride. The minute we become proud, we meet our death. That's called abhimana. Mana Mana is when we identify with the body, the mind, the intellect. Abhimana is when we identify with everything about the body, mind, and intellect. And we continue to take it as us. We continue to see that we are the ones doing it. So Ishvara doesn't like that. And therefore, the path of bhakti is great. Its greatness is extolled. Now, maybe we will see now one more verse, how to develop this bhakti, this devotion. So again and again this topic comes. Again and again this topic comes that I don't feel this. I don't feel this love for Guru or love for God or love for the higher. This emotion is not coming to me. It's not coming. I don't know what to do. So Naraji hears us and he says, let me tell you how to cultivate this emotion even further. So Sutra 28. Tasyaha jnanameva sadhanam ityeke. So eke, some acharyas say tasyaha for devotion, jnanam eva sadhanam, knowledge alone is the means. So just think about it. How do we come to love somebody? How do we come to love somebody? So some acharyas say, only when you know, then you come to love. Love just doesn't happen like that. First, you have to see who that person is, right? We say, I want to get to know you. Love doesn't just happen. I want to get to know you. First, we have to know what that person is like, know who that person is, know what their likes and dislikes are and their background. Then love slowly comes. So love doesn't come just like that. It comes because we know the person, because we try to gain knowledge about the person. Same with a subject matter, let's say chemistry. Love for chemistry doesn't just come like that. Doesn't come like that. It comes because we study it. We study all the chemicals, the elements, the whole periodic table, and all the formulas, the compounds. Then love comes. That's how it comes. Or in our career, in our job. Now, love for the job doesn't just come. We learn about it. We learn about the different processes, how the company works, and what kinds of products they create or services they provide. And then slowly, love comes. This is how some people say. Is it true? Maybe. Okay, we'll see. We'll see one more. Or maybe two. We'll see. There's another way that love comes, some people say. Love is not just from knowledge. Sutra 29. Anyonyashreyatvam ityanye. No. Love is not through knowledge. Love is through anyonyashreya, mutual dependence. And that's how it comes. What do you mean by mutual dependence? Sometimes you don't know, you just see something and you love it. And then when you know more about it, you love it. And then when you love it, you want to know more about it. What's an example? An example is, let us say you are out somewhere and you hear a song. Now, I don't know who sang this song. I don't know who wrote this song. I don't know where it's from, but I love it. I love it. I just heard it and I love it. I'm in love with it. And then once you hear the song, then you want to know more about the song. Who sang the song? What's the song about? Where is this singer from? You start to know more and more about the song. And then once you know more about the song, you're like, oh my God, I love this singer so much. The love comes. And then after you love the singer so much, now I want to know more about when is he gonna be having a concert, or when is she gonna have a concert? I really want to attend because I want to meet this person in person. So sometimes it's not that you know and then you love. Sometimes you just love, and then you want to know, and then you love even deeper, and then you want to know even more. So an example I can give you, another example, Puja Gurudev. So when we were children, we don't know Puja Gurudev, we don't know who he is, but there is some love and some reverence there. His picture is there, so you bow down. So you know he's the one who inspired to my mission. So there's some deep love. And then we start to know about his life, about how he lived, his childhood, how he worshipped Bhagwan Shiva, how he was a journalist, how he was a lawyer, how at one point he was an atheist. And then how he met Swami Shivanandaji, Swami Tapovan Maharajji. We start to know about him. Then the more we start to know, then the more we start to love. My gosh, somebody that great has done this for us. We start to love. And the more we love, we want to know. We want to know not only about his life, but what also did he write? What did he write? What were his teachings? What were all of his projects? What was his vision? So we love, and then we want to know more, and then we love, and then we want to know more. So sometimes love happens like this. So then another Acharya said, stop talking about love, how love happens. Stop talking and saying it's knowledge, and stop talking and saying that it's, it is anyonya shreyatvam, love and then you know, and then you love and then you know. Stop talking about it. I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what love is. Sutra 30. Swayam phalarup rupateti, Swayam phalarupateti, Brahma Kumaraha. The Brahma Kumara is the Sanat Kumaras, the sons of Brahmaji. We stop talking about all these kinds of bhakti. Swayam phalarupata. Swayam by itself, it gives its reward. Phalarupata. It doesn't have any cause. Means when you just love. You're not thinking about I know and then I love, or I love it then I know. Or you just see somebody and you just say, I love this person. I don't know why. I don't know who she is or who he is. I just love this person. This is bhakti. So some people say, this is bhakti. There's no reason. When you see a child, and we see a newborn baby, especially newborn baby just coming out of the mother's womb. I don't know who this baby is. I don't know what this is, but I just love this baby. So some say that bhakti, how can you describe? It's just love for no reason. You just have that feeling. You can't explain it. It's just there. But if it's not just there for some of us, then go through knowing, and then love will come. Or go through the path of loving a little bit, getting to know more, and then loving more. This is how to cultivate bhakti. About this, a very beautiful example is given that we will see next week. For today, we will stop here so you can think a little bit more about bhakti. Okay, so I'll pause.